häftigare upplevelse var det menaren. stängt. Jag ställer mig. Ja, då är det ringa. se var. Härifrån. Han är redan klar.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning here in Helsingborg, Sweden. The alley is packed with young bowlers filled with talent. So you can excuse me if my language is a little bit not ready yet. The caffeine has not kicked enough in the brain. It's very early for me, but I'm gonna wake up very, very soon because it's a lot of action going on the lanes. I spent the first game walking around, trying to see, analyze a little bit what goes on, and yeah, I believe we can see a lot of high games today. They are bowling on the EJ Tucket 44. It's juniors PBA pattern. Not that much room to miss out, but it's not so much urethane on play so far. So they're gonna start open up the lanes a little bit, like it did on the squad. I was here on Wednesday evening. I remember we had a guy shot 1468, which it was mesmerizing. It was quite impressive. So I see we have already some comments. Thomas, hello from Australia. Hello back, Thomas. Hope everything is good. Thank you for joining us. And we are on game 2 at the moment. And I'm going to try to give you...
From there to there, you just pull.
Okay. So I'll try to give you a score update as soon as game 2 is done. They are bowling 6 games, qualifying. And unless I'm wrong, it's top 16 boys advance to the final and top 8 girls advance to the final. I'll make sure about it before I repeat it, because I don't have the event schedule in here or the rules. I'm just talking on memory, and my memory is not one of those things you want to trust so much. A lot of two-handed bowlers, as you could expect on this new generation. A lot of fast feet, very fast feet. So we can expect to see some of these kids having a lot of power in the ball and when they hit the pins. There's a few bowlers I already know. I've seen them before. We have, let me see. We have a kid from Team Pergamon. You know, Pergamon is the biggest team in Sweden, very successful. It's the same team that Jesper Svensson plays on, and Martin Larsson. Okay, let's go screen by screen so I can tell you a little bit what goes on. Lane 1 and 2, we have Erik Georgsson, Edvin Larsson, Pontus Lagergren, and Albin Rensbo. Then on 3 and 4, we have Jonathan Johansson, Magnus Krok, excuse me, Melvin Andersson, and Gustav Eriksson. Moving on to the next camera, on lanes 5, 6, 7, 8, we have William Hullen, Leo Johansson, Ebba Andersson, Malti Pettersson. Then on 7, 8, we have David Bejerit, Liam Nilsson, Charlie Rosender, and Billy J. Aldin. I'm hoping I'm saying the names the best I can. Moving along, 9, 10, 11, 12, we have William Wakander, Kevin V. Andersson, Kevin Falström, Albin Gullstrand. Albin I was talking about, he's a two-handed lefty bowling for Team Pergamon. Then 11, 12, we have Anton Sandberg, Hugo Melin, Simon Jansson, and Carl Adolfsson. Next camera. Lane 13, 14, 15, 16. Karin Johansson, Hannes Hellsten, Jolene Loon, Elias Lin. On 15 and 16 we have Vincent Svensson, Theo Bjork. Lane 16, Eskil Lin with front 5. And Stephanie Leiris is bowling along. And then in our last camera and streaming, On lanes 17, 18, 19, 20, we have Oliver Jonsson, Emilia Linarsson, Voldemar Möller, Fabian Karlsson, Charlie V. Andreasson, Nils Weth, Neo Heidhagen, and Erik Larsson. Yeah, I'm happy when the lane is easy, when the name is easy, like Erik Larsson. But in terms of scoring, we have on 3 and 4, we have Melvin Andersson with 242 on game 1. Other high scores, let me see around. About 247 for Albin as well. 242 for Kevin V. Anderson. 240 for Simon. And back on 15, 16, where Eskil has the front 5. He's going for the 6th frame. 2 hands. Already around 19 on the boards. 11, 12 on the breakpoint. Looks very solid. He got the 6th one. That's a 6-bagger. That's a very interesting camera here on 13, 14, 15, 16. So far, I see a little bit what we saw on the squat on Wednesday. The guys and the girls that are bowling a little bit further outside, they have a little bit less of miss room. On the other hand, the guys who are already bowling a little bit deeper, somewhere around 20, and with the break point not going any further out than 10, they seem to have a little bit more of miss room, both sides. We're talking about kids from ages 13, I believe, all the way up to 19. Maybe someone is 20, I'll find out about as well. But they are pretty young. They are very talented. You can see a lot of nice technique, high reps, proper timings, very good speed on the approach. So they make sure to arrive to the foul line before the ball does. That's gonna guarantee a good balance, good timing. Now, if anybody has any questions today, I have a screen for the chat and the commentaries. So you're all welcome to ask, to comment, to join us and be part of the streaming. Let's have a little look around again. We have Jonathan Johansson with a double on the first 4 lanes. Not any super high game. Then when I move to the next pair, next camera, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's some striking, but a few spares missed and some open frames. Not any super high game here either. I'm gonna move to the 3rd streaming camera. There we have, yeah, the same, a little bit of the same. Some strikes, some open frames here and there. Simon Jansson is having the first game, the best game so far in here. 9 spare double, 9 spare double. 9 spare, most probably. Thirteen, 14, 15, 16. We have front 6 and 8 spare for Eskil. And then we have a 4 bagger for Tio. Stephanie had an open frame on frame 5, but now she's got a double, so she covered it quickly. And moving to the last pair, the last camera, so it's the last 2 pairs. We have Oliver with the turkey. We have Baltimore Müller with the turkey as well. Fabian Carlson just shot the 30, turkey as well, so 30 in a row. I'm gonna drink a little bit of coffee, so my tongue can start to let go a little bit, speak a little bit with less mistakes. We're going to have 3 squats today. The bowling pace in Sweden is quite high. As you can see, this squat started 38 minutes ago, and they have made warm-up, game 1, and some of them are already on the 10th frame of this game 2. Okay, it's a lot of strikes happening. I'm gonna try to make the screen speaker on the pairs that are about to finish, so we can comment. So far, we have lane 13 and 14, 15, 16, especially 15, 6. They're gonna enter the 10th frame now with a very high game for Iskil. He's got front 6, 8 spare double, so he's gonna try to strike out for a 278. So Iskil's gonna take a shot on lane 15. Two-handed kid. Quite nice technique. Very consistent so far. There you go. 22. That was a little deep. Yeah, that was too deep. You could see he missed a little bit inside. A little bit too much. The ball ended up in the middle of the head pin. That's a split, unfortunately for him. That's gonna drop down to 250. 240, because it's a 4-6. Not gonna be easy to take the spare on that one. But it's a good game for him. Help him recover from not a very high start. So 243, 409 for him. Let's look around. Okay. Also on the 10th frame on lane 910, Kevin Falström. with a few strikes. So he's gonna get a 210. Albin started pretty strong and he's also gonna carry on. On lane 12, Simon Jansson, spare double, spare double, spare triple on his way for the 11th frame and a quite high score. Perfect shot for Simon. Working on a 248 with one more strike. That's gonna put him all the way out to nearly 490. That's a good start. The cut is probably gonna be somewhere around 1320, 1330, which proves the level of these kids. Not an easy pattern. There goes Simon in lane 11, missed a little bit in, but was a 12 frame. Who cares? 247, 489 total. Very good. On 9 and 10, we have Kevin V. Anderson, 224 for a total score of 466. And then we're gonna see what Albin does to finish his game. Lane 9. Yeah, 6-pin. Is a lefty, just a little bit deep in the pocket. 221 for a total score of 468. So 9, 10, 11, 12, we have a 489, 466, 468. Let me see around if anyone is as high. Okay, strikeout for Eric Larsson on 1920, 226 and 447. On the same pair, we had Charlie, 201, 425. I'm gonna try to give you the highest scores so you can be a bit more following. It's a lot of cameras, a lot of streaming. All the way to lane 3 and 4, we have Jonathan Johansson, 235, a total score of 468. And we have a very nice recover for Gustav Eriksson. He had a low first game, but now he starts to strike a lot. Let's have a look at Gustav on lane 3. Seems to be a little bit more outside than what we've seen so far. Yes, quite further out. 12 board, break point somewhere around 6, 7. It's hard to see on a screen if that was urethane. I would expect it to be urethane to be bowling that far outside. He got another wonderful strike, working with one more for a 258. Yeah, so Gustav is going to have 246 going back to par. Yeah, nice pair. 246. Nice kid. I happened to make a few frames yesterday evening. He was practicing in the alley. I was coaching a couple of friends, and yeah, he was bowling right beside us. Oh, I see. We have some commentary. Kommentatorn said that or from 13:20. To be honest, I don't really know. As soon as I take a small breakdown, I'll find out for sure. I wasn't sure it was 13 to 21 or, but that's what I was told. But maybe there is some younger kid. For sure, not the older ones. They didn't let me bowl. They said I am a couple of decades too late. Okay, game two. It's finishing now on 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 404 for David Bejerit, 417 for Liam Nilsson, 419 for Ebba Andersson, and Malti still have to finish his game, but he's got already 41 over with a spare strike. It's going to be 460 something, 461. So we have quite a few high scores already. Okay, let me see if I can see the total scores. The screen is way too far. So instead of that, I'm just gonna go screen by screen and I will let you know. It's gonna be easier and quicker. So give me a second. Lanes 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Melvin Andersson, 434. Gustav Eriksson, 404. Charlie B. Andreasson, 425. Niels, 370. Eva Andersson, 419. Malti Pettersson, 450. Erik Jolsson, 298. Edvin Larsson, 402. Next camera, 5678. Charlie Rosander, 331. Billy J. Aldin, 370. Jonathan Johansson, 468. Magnus Kropp, 371. Kevin Folstrom, 386. Albin Guldstrand, 468. Willem Hulle, 343. Leo Jansson, 338. Camera number 3, lanes 9, 10, 11, 12. Simon Jansson, 489. Carl Adolfsson, 399. Sorry, the screen got a bit frozen there. David Bejerit, 404. Liam Nilsson, 417. Jolene, 400. Elias, 400. That's curious. They have the same exact score. 12th, Willem Bakander, 3. Hold on a second. I need to remove those 44. 351. Kevin V. Anderson, 466. Eskil, 409. Stephanie, 369. Anton, 275. Hugo Melin, 328. Baltimore, 399. Fabian, 426. Karin Johansson, 364. Hennes, 407. And the last camera we have Neo, started with 3 now, 296. Erik Larsson, as we said, 447. Vincent Svensson, 367. Theo Bjork, 317. Pontus, 316. Albin, 296. Oliver Johnson, 377. And Emilia on lane 20 with 284. You can see a little bit of difference in some scores, but remember, some of these kids are very, very young, so they're probably using a little bit lighter balls. They have a little bit less of experience, a little bit less of knowledge. Obviously, lighter ball is not gonna give you that much action. But if you just look at their technique, it's pretty much everyone knows what they're doing. And we can expect to see that on each one of the squads. Now, for all of those who are watching from United States or so, you have a lot of bowlers in there, so you can expect to see a lot of talent in youth events. But up here in Sweden, how many people lives in Sweden? I think they are about 7-8 million. So far from the 300, 400 million you have in some countries. And the fact that we have so much talent on the lanes, it tells you a lot about the culture and how much they love the sport and how much they take care of it. Bowling schools, bowling gymnasiums, clubs everywhere. Leagues for young bowlers, leagues for olders, leagues for pensioners. So it's a very, very, very complete, and that explains why they have so much talent and why they are so successful anywhere and everywhere they go. Okay, let's have a look around as we do. We have a front 4 on lane 4 for Erik Jorsson. Spare 3 for Melvin Andersson, lane 1. Double and spare also for Gustav in lane 1. Let's go around to the next camera. First 3 for Charlie Rosender. First 3 for Jonathan Johansson. First 3 for Willem Hullen. Wow. Beautiful spare now on lane 5 for Jonathan Johansson. The ball was a bit too deep in the headpin. He left the 364. 364, not even the 7. 364. And he spared it like he was just a 5-pin. Nice. Let's go a little bit more into lanes 9, 10, 11, 12. Simon is back on track. Front 6 actually. He just made a very high game and is looking very comfortable. It's more striking happening now. Definitely, I see more strikes around. 9, 10, we have front 6 for Simon. Double spare triple for David. Spare double for Liam. Then moving to the next pair, Elias Lind, front 4. On 13, 14, triple 9, and strike 15, double split, double. So there are some open frames, but there is more striking happening now, for sure. All the way to 17, front 5 for Neo, front 4 for Pontus. One more for Neo. He's got 6, front 6 now. And one more for Simon. That's front 7. Simon is bowling in lane 9 and 10. There's a couple of very powerful plays in there. I just saw 10 pin with a messenger that was way too fast. Wrong postal code. Nice way to spare the 10 for Liam Nielsen. So spare double, spare double, spare. That is the pair that is striking the most at the moment. Cameras on lane 9 to 12. One more. Just making it look so easy. So we got front 8 for Simon Jansson on lane 9. And on lane 13, his skill is doing good. Three strikes, 9 spare, another 3. And on the last camera, lane 17 to 20, Neo has got the front 6 in a spare. Vincent, the first 3. Pontus, first 4. An open frame later on. And I start to see a bit more of hooking motion. So even if it's through the cameras, I can start to see the transition is coming. The lane is opening up a little bit. Some of them are moving to a more shiny ball. They are more responsive now. And another strike for Simon. He's bowling somewhere around 21, 22, sending the ball perhaps around 12 on breakpoint, not sending it far out, but it's working so good for him. Front 9. Amazing technique also for Liam, playing on 9 and 10 with them. Okay, before Simon goes for the 10th frame, let me have a look around and let you know what goes on. Lane 1, 2, Melvin and Gustav doing okay. Lane 4, Eric Georgsson doing good. 5, 6, 7, 8. We have Charlie with the triple, 2 spares and a triple. Just made the triple again. Jonathan Johansson with the triple. Magnus Krog with the triple. Albin, double. 9 miss, double. But doing okay. Willem also with the triple. And I'm back to 9-10 with Simon. 10th frame. 18 board. 10 pin. Probably missed slightly out. Remember I said before he was bowling on 21 more or less, at least on lane 9. Maybe lane 10 is a little longer, but it felt to me like he missed 1 or 2 boards out. That changed a little bit the angle, the entry angle, and that's why I got the 10 pin. But if he spares 279, working on a pace of 768 for 3. So over 250 average. And it takes the 10 pin. Nicely done. Ooh. We have Jolene Lund on lane 11 and 12. She bowls two-handed. Quite strong, quite powerful, I must say. She was very unlucky now with the 7 pin. The ball was perfectly in the pocket. The pins were flying around, but the 7 decided to stay. Good spare for her. Looks good. She's very talented. She's not strong yet. You can see the body shape and the body still building up. But the fact that she can have so much power and reps already, as soon as she gain a bit of weight and muscle, she's gonna have better balance. She will not have to push the body that much to the limit. That's gonna give her more control, more consistency. So it's one of those names you want to remember for 2 or 3 years from now. Jolene Lund. 279 for Simon Jansson. Total score 768. Not bad. On the same spare, David, he just got a big open frame on the last. 223, 627 total. And Liam Nilsson, strike on the 10th, strike on 11. He's working on a 248 for 665, which is all right. Okay, let's have a look. Lanes 17, 18 and 19, 20. We have a lot of strikes also for Neo. Ooh, soft end, but nice. He's got the front 6, 9 spare, triple, and now the 10 pin. So he's gonna shoot 268. And he needed the high game just to recover a little bit. Well done for him. 267, 563. So he recovered from a little bit of a low score. Good job. Now, in order for you to, those who are watching, learn a little bit more about it, let's get an example. If you can, if you're in the cameras of lane 19 and 20, we could see Pontus Lagergren. He's bowling quite far outside, one-handed. He was throwing urethane, and he got a very soft end. Now what's happening, he's a one-handed bowler. He doesn't have as many reps as some of the two-handed players. And the fact that he's using urethane on a 44 feet, that tells you why the pin carry wasn't the best. Okay, let's have a look around. Lane 3 and 4. They're almost done. Not any super high score there. We had above par on lane 1. Melvin Andersson, 2 frames to go, already 9 pins over. So he could go all the way up to 69 over. On the next cameras, Charlie Rosen there, he shot 254 to recover some of the pins. He's 15 under. Jonathan ended up with 203 for 671. And Magnus Krok, 228 for 550. And on 7-8, Albin is suffering a little bit. Double 9 miss, 7 spare and split. Okay, let me have a look what Albin is doing. Lane 7. That was a nice shot. So 13 and 14, E-skill. Triple, 9 spare, strikeout, 279. All the way up to 88 over after 3. That's a very nice recovery, he must be happy. And if we look around, let's see the scores. I'm going to try to tell you those who are above par. Erik Larsson, 656. Then we have Hannes Helsten, 624. Eskil Lind, as I said, 688. David Bayard, 627. Liam Nilsson, 665. 648 or so for Melvin Andersson, one shot to go. Malte Pettersson, strikeout, 642. Edvin Larsson, 622. Yeah, 647 for Melvin. And he's bowling with Gustav Eriksson. That's looking to strike out for a 640. Oh, what a strike for Gustav on lane 2. He missed in, but the pins were flying everywhere. Looked like a 4-6, but the 4-pin came down and the 6 was hidden by a messenger. That was a better shot, much better. Perfect strike. So strike on the 10th, strike on the 11th, working on a 238. And that's gonna put him all the way up to 42 over par. Strike on the 10th for Albin. So even with 3 open frames, is looking to save the game. Almost par. Two more strikes for 198. Aha, okay, I got some more information. I've been told that Neo Elhagen is only 11 years old, so obviously the event is not 13 to 21. Since Neo is 11, they must be from a little bit younger age. As soon as this squad is over, I will find out about these small details, the true age of the participants, and I'll make sure how many go into the final so I can give you the right information. Thank you for your comment. So for those of you who don't really know who I am, I'm Luis Montfort. I'm from Barcelona. I've been flying up to Sweden for almost all my life, coaching, bowling, friendships. I spend a lot of time in Helsingborg, especially in this bowling alley. And this time, I came, um, I came to see this young talent because it was a wonderful occasion, and also gives me the opportunity to let you know, guys, I'm working along with the guys from Strikey Up, and I'm super happy about it. It's a new bowling app we are working on. It's designed to help you practice, learn, do it in a fun way. It's gonna have some beautiful tools, and I'm so proud and so happy to be part of it. I remember when I was young, um, we had very low bowling knowledge in Spain. We didn't have any coaches, not really any bowler who knew much about it, nothing about when reading, nothing about technique, pretty much nothing about the game. So the only thing we really had was a couple of big events every year. And I remember being a kid and going to the alley and see how they bowl, especially the Swedish bowlers. And I was lucky enough, being 10, 11, to become a friend of Thomas Leandersson, Patrick Bowman, Patrick Backe, and they started to give me a hand, help me a little bit. They flew me up to Sweden on the summer vacations for a couple of weeks, changed my technique, teach me as much as it was possible for 10 days, more or less. But then I had to go back home and do everything on my own. So that's why I'm so happy with Strikey app, because it's going to build something, it's going to build a tool that's going to allow people that find themselves in that situation I found myself back then, where I had no information, nowhere to rely or no one to rely. And the fact that now we can have a tool that's going to help us, even when we have no coaches around, or even when we have no specto and stuff like that. So I'm very, very happy. If you don't really know about it, search for Strikey. It's a strike with 2 E's on Instagram, and make sure to join the waitlist, because it's going to be, we hope it's going to be something. We don't want to do empty promises. All we can tell you is we are proud, we are happy, we're working as hard as we can on it, and we're putting our heart. So in our hopes, It's gonna be a tool that's gonna help every single one of you, bowlers and coaches. Now, let's go back to the action. I talk a lot. Now you can feel the caffeine is already kicking in the system. Now my brain is a little bit more awake. I have more words. I find the words a little bit quicker, and it seems like my tongue is not getting that messy anymore. So, check out the action. Lane 1, 3 and 4. We have Oliver Jansson, Emilia Linason, Ebba Andersson, Malte Pettersson, Charlie V. Andreasson, Niels West, Charlie Rosender, and Billy J. Aldin. Scoring on these pairs. The highest score is for Malte Pettersson with 42 over. Now, let's go to the next one. 5, 6, 7, 8. Erik Björkson, Edvin Larsson, Kevin Falström, Albin Gullström, Jonathan Johansson, Magnus Krog, Simon Jansson, and Carl Adolfsson. Sorry. Now this is a good camera. We have some of the squad top scores. For example, Simon Jansson is the squad leader with 768. Then on this same camera we had 71 over, Jonathan Johansson. Then we have Albin, obviously, with 66 over, and Edvin with 22 over. So it's a nice camera to look. Streaming on 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Jonathan is looking quite steady now, very consistent again. Let's see what Albin is doing. Yeah, looking good too. A lot of strikes happening on 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your eyes close to that streaming. Now moving along, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have Willem Hulin, Leo Johansson, Jolin Lund, Elias Lind, David Bejerit, Liam Nilsson. Started with Fromberger, Fan. I can speak. Front 4, so 4 bagger. I was mixing sentences. And 9 spare. Now and 12, Eskil Lund. He's got a turkey, and Stephanie is also bowling there. Lanes 13, 14, 15, 16. We have Willem Backander, Kevin V. Andersson, Valdemar Müller, Fabian Karlsson, Anton Sandberg, Hugo Melin, Neo Heidhagen, Erik Larsson. And on the last couple of bursts, we have Karin Johansson, Hannes Hellsten, Pontus Lagergren, Albin Rensbo, Vincent Svensson, Theo Björk, Melvin Andersson, and Gustav Eriksson. Now on lane 20, Melvin and Gustav, they were 47 and 41 over, and they both have spare, and the next 3 are strikes. All right, I'm gonna put some of my attention on 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, some of the leaders in there, so I'm gonna follow the action, see how it goes. So, front 4 for Jonathan, and spare 3 for Kevin. There goes fifth frame for Jonathan. Oh, 4-pin. Spin the hand a little bit more, so the ball was a bit more responsive. Get deep in the pocket. Lane 6, Kevin Falstrom. Very strong, very powerful. Nice strike. Spare 4 in a row. Simon, another wonderful strike. It's looking good. A lot of talent. There is a lot of talent on the lanes. A lot of good bowlers. And as I said some time ago, when you see some of these kids, the speed they have on the legs, and then they have this perfect balance on the foul line, that should open up the eyes to many of the amateurs bowlers out there. The speed comes from the legs, and a better timing, as every sport out there, you need to reach the foul line before the tool does. The tool in this case is the ball. So I need to get there, I need to become steady, get my balance, and then my ball is gonna arrive. Now, what I'm surprised to see, and I like it, when I was here last summer on the World Youth, there was a lot of talent, but also there was a lot of single pin missing. So the fact that these guys are sparing better and better and better, I'm very happy to see. I'm so happy. Victor just arrived, and it's gonna make my life a lot easier. I was jumping from camera to camera to camera to get the scoring, but now it's good. And now I can see it's a double category, under 16, and then it's under 21. So I'm gonna give you the scores. Sorry? Perfect. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much, Victor. Appreciate. So now I can give you a little bit more of true data. We have 3 different categories: under 16, under 21, and the girls. I'm gonna give you the standings so far after 3 games. Under 16, the leader is Malti Petersson, 642. Then we find Edwin Larsson with 622. And number 3 is Kevin Falström with 599. Now, if we move to the under 21, we have Simon with 768. Then we have Kevin Andersson, 694. Iskil, 688. Jonathan Johansson, 671. And Albin, 665. And then we go on the girls category. We have Eva Andersson on the lead with 590. Then we find Jolene with 575. Stephanie is third, 568. And then we find Karin Johansson and Emilia Linersson. All right. Now I got more data, but I lost one of the big screens. Give me a second so I can try to see better. Okay. I have a small technical issue. Give me a second. Okay, I just texted my technician. I have a little issue and I don't really see the screens big enough to let you know what goes on. I see a lot of striking on the lanes we were talking between Jonathan, Johansson, Simon, and Albin and company on 5, 6, 7, 8. Just give me a second. I'll be right back to you. He gave me that, which is good, but for some reason. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
But then we need to switch. So you can see. This is that. And it's overlaying, so you can click there.
Yeah,
You can
perfect.
click there if you want to see the chat, and
Yeah,
then you can
yeah,
click there
yeah.
if you want to see this, and you can still go.
Lovely. And that's why Jonathan is my boy. He's always fixing my life. Thank you, Jonte. Tack så mycket. Okay, now I can give you some true data again. You can see I know a lot about bowling, but I don't know anything about software and computers. So, a quick review. Lane 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 238 for Oliver, 221 for Charlie, 241 for Niels, 225 for Billy. So 780, 760, 790, 803, 800. Yeah, they're increasing their scores. They're all getting close to the bar on this 4. Next, 5, 6, 7, 8. We were looking for some strikes here and we got them. Jonathan, front 4, 9 spare, triple, 9 spare. Simone, 9 spare, 9 spare, 5 bagger, 9 spare, 9 miss. Albin, strike, 9 spare, 6 in a row. Looking to knock on the door and tell the other guys, here I come. There goes Albin. Ooh, lucky shot. Missed one to the left. It's bowling everything. Missed one to the left. It was a soft 7, but the messenger came back. The pizza delivery. Oh, a pizza would be nice now. I'm getting hungry. Breakfast time, pretty soon. Yeah. Okay, let's carry on. More strikes. Let's go to the third camera. Liam Nilsson, 245 for a total score of 910. So he's 110 over. Bowling along him, David Bejerit, 218, 45 over. Lane 12 is skill. Little bit of a lower game with a couple of open frames, 191, but still 79 over par. 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 890 for Kevin Anderson, so 90 over. And Eric Larsson looking to strike out to be 53 over. Last cameras on the right side of the bowling alley, lane 17 to 20. We have 248 for Melvin Anderson, so all the way up to 95 over. Remember I said these two kids were doing a lot of strikes. Same thing for Gustav. Spare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, then a 9 miss, but still has the 10 frame to work on the 257. There he goes. Ooh, a little bit deep. So 610 left. 247 for him if he spares and strikes, for a total score of 88 over. And then looking pretty consistent as well, Hannes Helston in lanes 17, 18, 216 and 40 over. So back on 5, 6, 7, 8. Kevin Fallström, he missed the single pin, but 215, 14 over. Jonathan Johansson, he finished his game with 248 for a total score of 119 over. Then we have Simon Jansson with 226, 994. So that's already 194 over after 4 games. Perfect strike now for Albin. He's looking for a strikeout. And a possible game of 280. I don't know why it's taking so long. Oh, there he goes. Strike on the 11th. Makes it look very easy. So one more for him to score 280 and move all the way up to 946. That would put him on second spot for the squad. And he got it. So 280 for Albin, 946, and that's the highest scores. It was on these 4 lanes. 994 for Simon, 946 for Albin, 919 for Jonathan Johansson. So I will give you an update on the standings pretty soon. Starting game 5 out of 6. We have quite a few contenders that are looking to try to reach the 1400. It could be. Now, so you know a little bit where everyone went. We have Albin on lane 3 and 4. I'm gonna try to tell you where the leaders moved. Simon is bowling on 5 and 6 with 994. With 919, we have Jonathan on 9 and 10. He's also bowling with Eskil, who is 79 over. Then if we go all the way to 13 and 14, we can find Liam Nielsen with 110 over. And we also find on that streaming camera on lane 15 and 16, Kevin Anderson with 90 over. Then we move to the last streaming cameras on the corner, right corner, 17 to 20. We find Melvin, 93 over, Gustav, 87 over, Multi, 76 over. So pretty much in every camera we have some talented bowlers and high scoring. So a little bit easy for me because I can access all of them at the same time. I think you guys need to switch from one channel to the other. But yeah, those who are asking, the pattern is the EJ44. You can find it on the Kegel library on PBA junior patterns. That's 44 feet. The surface of the lane here in Olympia in Helsingborg has a lot of friction. So it's even if it's 44 feet, you have quite a good hook at the back. The ball's always going to find friction on the dry spots. And let's see a bit what goes on the action. Lane 17, front 3 for Melbourne, one of the top scores. Spare double for Multi. Pettersson is also one of the top scores. We have front 3 for Liam Nielsen on 13 and 14. He's also one of the top scores. Strike spare strike for Kevin Anderson, who is up there as well. Spare strike for Albin. And let's find our tournament leader. Double 9 spare. As soon as the big screen refreshes, I'll let you know the standings for each category. In the meantime, if anybody has any questions, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Just go ahead, ask whatever you want. It's so many strikes, so much action, I cannot really follow all of it. Now, the scores have not updated yet, so I cannot tell you yet. Now I know it's early in the morning, especially at some spots, but I want to say thank you to everyone who's joining us and following the action. We're sending the best regards to all the families and all the parents and brothers and sisters. They're just watching online to see how their family and the kid is doing. They're all doing very good, let me tell you. A lot of talent, a lot of good bowlers, a lot of strikes, and a very high scoring pace, pretty much for the whole bowling alley. So let's have a quick look around. Lanes 1 to 4. We find Kevin Falstrom, front 4. Albin, spare double and a split. Moving forward to lanes 5 to 8, we have Simon. Why am I not surprised? He's got a double, spare and a strike. Oh, what a 7-pin. Now that one, for those who were watching on lane 5, that shot we saw on Simon, the ball seemed to read slightly soon, just a little bit early. So probably needs to move his feet one more to the left, use the friction that now he's gonna find due to transition, and that's gonna make the ball go a little bit deeper. Oh, he missed the spare. But he remains a leader. He's doing a lot of pins. Let's go to lanes 9 to 12 with Jonathan, who's doing very good as well. Now he's got spare double. On lane 12, we find Leo Johansson with the turkey. A double for Eskil as well. Now, if I move to 13 and 14, we find Liam. Just got a split, but he's doing very good. High score for him. And on 17 and 18, we had Melvin Anderson, started with front 6. Now he's got a split, but is also with over, so many over. Okay, let me check if the big score screen has. Yes, now I can give you a proper update. Under 16, we find Malti Pettersson on the lead with 876. The next one is Kevin Falstrom with 814. Number 3, Edwin Larsson, 804. Number 4, Niels, 803. And number 5, we find Billy Johansson. Now, under 21, the leader is Simon Johnson, 994. Games of 242, 247, 279, 226. Second spot is for Albin with 946. He's got 247, 221, 198, 280. Number 3, JJ, Jonathan Johansson, 919, 233, 235, 203, 248. Fourth spot is for Liam Nilsson, 910, 205, 212, 248, 245. So he wasn't that happy on fresh. As soon as transition showed up, he started doing a lot better. Number 5, it's Melvin Anderson, 893. Number 6, very close, very tight. It's Kevin Anderson, 890. Number 7 is for Gustav Eriksson, 887, also pretty close. Number 8, Eskil Lind, 879. And that's already like 8 bowlers above 220 average. And remember, we said the cut should be somewhere around perhaps 1320 or a little bit higher. Seeing what goes on, I believe it's going to be a little bit higher. Now, let's talk about the girls. On the girls category, the leader is Eva Andersson with 800. Then we have Jolene Lund, just 15 pins short. Number 3, we find Stephanie Laris. Number 4 is Karin Johansson. And number 5, we find Emilia Lindsson. So, high scoring, definitely, very high scoring. Now, if we look around, lane 3 and 4, we find front 6 for Kevin Falström. And Kevin is bowling along with Albin Gunström. Kevin, remember, is on second position now in the under 16. So if he can manage to make a high game, it could help him. Wasn't happy with that shot, but he got a perfect strike. So that's 7, front 7 for Kevin. And I'm going to try to see. Kevin was behind Multi Peterson. Let me see if I can find Multi. Where are you, Multi? So we can see if Kevin is getting close to you or not. A lot of bowlers can find Multi. Yeah, he's gonna be on the very last camera. Yes, he is. He's bowling on lane 19 and 20. He's got spare double, spare, strike. So he's above par. Looking to keep pushing into more scores and more pins in his score. Let's see. Throwing on 20. And he got the strike. He's bowling a little bit further outside than most of the kids. More around 12 to 8, more or less. A lot of speed. But it's working for him. Spare double, spare, double. 2 frames to go. Now remember, we had a couple of guys doing very good on lane 17 and 18. That was Melvin Anderson and Gustav Eriksson. Melvin made the front 6, a split and a double. And Gustav saved his pair to split, and he has a triple. So he's working on scoring. Melvin got the 10th. Okay, so we have one more strike for Melvin on 17 and 18. He's gonna strike out for 266 and a total score of 1159. So that's already almost 160 over. Malti also got the third one. Strike on the 9th. It's almost as if he knew that Kevin Falstrom is striking a lot on 3 and 4. A kind of fighting to be on the lead on the under 16. And another strike for Kevin Falstrom, front 9. It's 2 shots in a row now that he doesn't really like the spot he hits on the lane, but he found the room. The ball held and hit the pocket perfectly. So those are the pairs you really want to use on your favor when you can find a little bit of miss room to both sides. Just to see what goes on with the top scorers. On 5 and 6, we find Simon. Not the highest game. He couldn't really carry that much. Another 7-pin for him. So I don't know if he has any coach in here. But maybe if he had our strikey up, he could ask and find out why he's getting those 7 pins. So anyway, 205 for him, 1199, so 1 pin short to 200 over. I will quickly see what's multi-petition doing. Okay, he's gonna shoot on lane 20. Looking for another. Missed a little bit in, baby split. So that opens the door for Kevin, but no, he missed too far out, short to the head pin. But still, with the spare, it's gonna be a 277. That's gonna move his score quite high. Not enough to catch the leader on the under 16, which is multi, but it's gonna put him close, and it's gonna leave us a very interesting last game to see which one can get the lead on that category. He got the spare, good for him. Looking for a 277. And going back to 19 and 20, Multi did not spare the baby split. That's a 310. So he shot 208, but it's still 84 over par. On 17 and 18, some of the guys that were leading or up in the top, we find Melvin Anderson. Now it's 1159, and Gustav Eriksson 1089, so that's 89 over for him. 91 over total score for Kevin. So actually Kevin is ahead of Multi because Multi couldn't spare the baby split. Squad leader so far, I think it's gonna still be Simon with 199 over. Let's see what Albin ends with. Albin can go all the way to 234, and that would put him with 1180, so 20 pins short to the lead. And we have a lot of striking on 9 and 10 as well. His skill started with the open frame spare, but then it strikes all the way to the 9th. And we have also Jonathan there with strike on 10th, looking for another one and a 246 potential. and 1165 of total potential score. So we're gonna have 4 or 5 guys with 100 or more than 100 pins over after 5. There goes his skill. Missed a little bit out. 2 pin. That's gonna be an easy spare. So, as we said, spare for his skill. He's gonna work on a 248 with a strike on 12. And that would put him with 127 over. And then also on that same pair, Jonathan, he shot 235 for a total score of 1154. So that's 1154 for Jonathan Johansson. Last game already started for some of the bowlers. Oh, hello, Eric. I didn't see you were talking to me. Yeah, I'm having a great time up here. Also, I cannot complain of the weather. It's been very sunny. Obviously, colder than Barcelona. I mean, if you would see me now, I'm the only guy in the bowling alley with the jacket uh, tied all the way up. But I'm sitting down up here, close to the lanes. This time we have the streaming room very close to the lanes. And the air condition, obviously, it's full power for the bowlers not to sweat. And my ball head is freezing. But thanks for texting, buddy. How are you doing? Everything okay? Okay, that's a spare for Stephanie. That concludes game 5 for every single lane. Now we are really moving into the last game, where things are going to be decided for good or bad. So let's see how many can manage to survive this last one, survive the pressure, and keep going so you can make your step into the final. I got some more messages on the phone as well. I welcome everyone who's talking on the commentary. I have to send my best regards and all the best wishes to one of my best friends up here in Sweden. Lennart, hur är läget med dig? Hoppas allt är bra. I know you're following the stream. Lennart is super passionate about sports and bowling. And I know he enjoys a lot to see bowling online, especially when it's such talented kids and bowlers. Leonard, I'm gonna try to give you and Jordis a call sometime when I can get a little bit of a free moment somewhere. It's gonna be a very long day. We have 3 squats. We're gonna have a little bit of music and entertainment in between the squats. I'm gonna do some interviews. I will put some of the interviews on my personal Instagram. We will obviously share as much and as many as we can on the social medias, both on PBA Youth and PBA Sweden and Lucky Larsen, Storm Lucky Larsen. By the way, it's not that much until the Lucky Larsen goes on. If you haven't booked your squats, you better do it because it's getting filled up quite quickly. Helsingborg is a wonderful town, especially summertime. So if you have not been there, make sure to book some flights, book some hotel, book a squat or two. Come up here, we'll treat you very well. The food in the bowling alley is super good. The atmosphere, it's always so friendly, filled with good bowlers, good people. So don't miss it. Storm Lucky Larsen last week in August. More information obviously on the webpage luckylarsen.se. And also, by the way, I spoke to Martin a couple of days ago. They have the official tournament shirt is already available online. You can shop it online. They have a contribution, a part of the money of the shirt. It's going to fight the type 1 diabetes. So every time you buy one t-shirt of the event, you are actually not only giving yourself a wonderful gift and a very fancy shirt of the best event in Europe, but you're also helping humanity and make life easier and better for those who need it. And the way the world is today, the more we can do to help each other, the better. Do you agree? Now, because I can see I'm talking a lot, but not much about the action. Let's go back to the camera one by one, see what goes on. Lanes 1 to 4, we find Karin Johansson, one-handed bowler. She does very good. She has a good technique. Then we find also Hannes Hellsten, Kevin Falstrom, Albin Gullstrand is also playing there. So Kevin and Albin had high scores, bowling on the corner on the left side of the alley. Lane 3 and 4, Vincent Svensson, Theo Bjork, Simon Jansson and Carl Adolfsson. Moving along, lane 5, 6, 7, 8, we find Oliver Jonsson, Emilia Linason, Jolin Dun, Elias Lind, Charlie Andreasson, Niels West, Eskil Lund, who by the way started with the front 4, and Stephanie Leris. Moving to 9, 10, 11, 12, Erik Hjortsson, Edwin Larsson, Valdemar Müller, Fabian Karlsson, Jonathan Johansson, also with the front 4. Let's see if he can make the 5. Oh, he's bowling deeper now. He moved deeper, definitely. Ball on the arrows was somewhere around 23. Breakpoint moved deeper also, probably around 13, 14. That was a fifth strike for him, so front 5. And that was lanes. Oops. That was lanes 9, 10, 11, 12. Moving along, 13 to 16. Willem Hullen, Leo Johansson, Pontus Lagergren, Albin Rensbo, David Bejerit, Liam Nilsson, Melvin Andersson, triple, 9 spur, triple. Gustav Eriksson, front 4, but 3 open frames now. Is it transition? Is it the pressure of the last game because the score is already there and he knows he needs to do the better he can to try to secure a spot in the final. The scores are going higher. So last camera, 17 to 20. We find Willem Wakander, Kevin Andersson, Ebba Andersson, Multi Peterson, Anton Sandberg, Ugo Melin, Charlie Rosender, and Billy J. Alden. And let me see if I can give you the update score after 5. Yes, that it is. That's it. Under 16, Kevin Falstrom, 1091. Multi Peterson, 1084. There is a little step going down to 3rd place. That's Niels West with 1051. And then on 4th place, Edwin Larsson, 18 over. And 5th, it's Carl Adolfsson with par. So that was the under 16 category. If we go to under 21, our leaders, Simon Johnson, 1199. Number 2 is Albin, 1179. Number 3 is Melvin, 1159. So 20 pins between all of them. Number 4, much closer, Jonathan Johansson, 1154. Then we find Iskil, 1127. Liam, 1122. Gustav, 1089. David Soderden, 1083. Now he's been increasing his score. It was 190, 214, 220, 220, 230 something. So if he keeps that way, he would jump some spots. Let's carry on. Number 9, Erik Larsson, 1069, also Pergamon. Number 10, Kevin Bucks Andersson, 1068. Number 11, 1039 for Hannes Hellsten. And if we move to the girls, number 1 is Eva Andersson, 983. Then we find Jolene, 953. Number 3 is Stephanie. Number 4 is Karin. And number 5 is Emilia. So let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 bowlers above par, and we have 20 lanes, 2 bowlers per lane. That's 40 bowlers, so nearly half the field is above par. And again, it's a PBA Junior, PBA Sweden event. It's not a house shot, it's not the league easy pattern. Okay, it's not flat, but it's not the easiest pattern. And the fact that they bowl so good, it's beautiful, beautiful to see. Now let's go look around. Lane 7-8, so you don't miss the action. We find Iskil with front 6. If I look around, is there anyone else with a lot of striking happening? Yeah, some strikes, not as many as Iskil. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move to the cameras on 17 to 20, because lane 19, 20, they are almost ending the squad. So we find Anton Sandberg. He just finished 6 games with 968. He bowling with Ugo Melin. He's gonna go for the 10th frame pretty soon. Nice messenger here on the 10th frame for Charlie. 190 and a total score of 1152. And 17 and 18 are also close to end their squat. It's entering the 10th frame. Okay, so Uge Melin also finishes the squat, 946. Charlie, we said 1152. Billy J is throwing the 11th frame. He's got an 8, so that's 194, 214, that's 40. It's going to be around 1163, 64. Let's go back to some of the striking lanes, see what goes on. Eskil on 7-8. Now he's got the front 7, so he keeps striking. And he was close to the guys on top. So if he can strike some more, it's going to be very good news for him. Let me go back to the total score, see if I can find Eskil. Eskil was sitting 5th on the under 21. 72 pins short to the leader. But front 7, depending on what the leader does, he may have a chance. Or at least go up and secure a spot on the final. That is the most important at the moment. On lanes 1 and 2, we had the under 16 leader, which is Kevin Falstrom. Just got a washout actually on the 10th frame, but he had a couple of doubles. So if he spares, he has a fair chance to lead his category. Now I'm moving back to Eskil, lane 7. Very deep inside, and very nice. He's around 24 on the arrows, all the way to 12, 13 on the breakpoint. Got a strike, so that's front 8 for him. Now let's find some of our top scorers. Simon, lane 3 and 4, is going on the 20th frame. He's got a couple of open frames, but some strikes. And he got 214 for a total score of 1413. So 1400 already. 213 over, that's more than 230 average. 1380 is exactly 230 average. That's 33 pins more. 6 games, that's 5 something. So 235 point something. Albin, spare on the 10th, is gonna do 1360. Kevin Falstrom, he couldn't spare the washout, but final score 1290. Will it be enough to lead the under 16? Looks like Eskil got one more. Yes, so he's got the front 9. He's looking for trying to get the leaders. Now, will it be enough? We'll see. Jonathan Johansson, 216. Total score, 1370. Melvin Anderson was also fighting up there to lead the squad. 235. Total score 1394. Above par, David Bejerit 1277. Liam Nilsson 1298. Gustav Eriksson 1260. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open frames on this last game. He won't be happy. Kevin Anderson 1304. Multi Pettersson 1265. So that means Kevin Falström is going to remain on the lead on the under 16. Albin finished with 1362. So now the action is going to be to see what goes on with Eskil. Front line, remember, is bowling on lane 7. He's going to shoot the 10th frame on lane 7. Let's see what goes on. And he got the 10th. Looking good. It doesn't look too excited, so he's under control. No pressure, no nerves. Just making it look super easy. Now, there goes Eskil, 11th frame. Missed a little bit in. Yeah, 4-pin. Missed slightly to the left. The ball did hold. It went longer, but not enough. Anyway, with the spare is a 289 and a total score of 1416. Unless I'm wrong, that's going to give him the lead. We had Simon with 1413, so yes, Eskil is already the new leader or the final leader of this squad. Yep, 289, 1415. He's going to be the leader of the squad. Only a couple of frames to go. No, just a couple of shots to go on lane 7-8. So I'm gonna leave you here, everybody, for a while. I'll be back on the second squad. What we're gonna do now, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna talk to the best bowlers on the squad and interview and try to find out how everything has gone for them. Let's see what they tell me. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.